All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh.
Oh,
Hashem,
gosh.
Hashem,
That's
double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone and Rule Well. Salutations to you brothers of the hopeful elect that preach, teach, and prophesy His word in truth and sincerity as we put our lives on the line in these last days to bring you this raw and this uncut truth. All right. And right now is one of the most dangerous times. This is basically the beginning of Jacob's trouble. All right. It's the brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp.
It's Yamarika, same camp.
this is Ma, same camp.
We got another nifty lesson for you. While everybody is focused on what's taking place in Texas, the whole flood situation. I'll pull that up while this video is playing, and I'll transfer it over. So I'll find a little news clip or something for it. But regardless of the matter, you have a lot of so-called Negroes and Latinos that are coming up dead or missing in a large quantity. Okay, it's not small. It's not a minor thing. This shit is getting live right now as we speak. It's already happening, but everybody is so predisclosed with what's happening with just the ICE situation alone, with them taking them from the streets. But they don't even realize the second phase to that, or they don't even realize how many so-called blacks are being lynched and just coming up missing like a motherfucker, especially your women, your females. See, all of that proud ass talk, that I don't need a man talk and all of that shit is going out the window right now. Because a lot of these these women are coming up missing, and this shit is not even getting no international play. It's like, see, that's what happens when you spend long enough talking about you rather, you'll choose the bear over the man, or I don't need no man. And then when something like this happens, they want retribution. They want somebody to care. They want somebody to cater to their feelings, and it's like shit. This is the backlash to that, man. Okay, but our people are being targeted so heavily right now. This is definitely the beginning of Jacob's trouble as we speak, man. Let's get to it.
34 girls have just up and vanished in Washington, D.C. You're not talking about it. The news is not talking about it. Why is anybody talking about it? Yesterday, 14 more went missing.
Oh my God.
But for some reason, the missing 34 girls in DC has failed to come across my news feed as breaking news, or I haven't gotten an Amber Alert. So this is my call to people of the world, American people with a soul. We got missing girls. Get the word out, media, news. Y'all need to do something.
So this is the one showing the black women. I thought it was just all white girls that you said was missing.
Oh no. We're gonna get to that as well. I think you got it playing out your speaker in the back, and it's giving it a reverb.
No, I don't have it playing out on my speaker.
It's not,
No,
because whenever
I'm not. It's not hooked up to no speaker.
what the hell is that?
Maybe
Okay.
something was muffling it.
But
Continue.
But it says 14 girls have gone missing in DC in the last. How 14 girls go missing in Washington D.C. in the last 4 fucking hours, 24 hours, and you don't hear anything about that. That's just this situation, right? It's not like there's not other situations I'm about to show you that are transpiring where people should be alerted and it should be national news. No, that's not even, that shit isn't even been being mentioned. Okay, this right here is ridiculous, dog. And of course, it's in DC because I wouldn't doubt that they getting them together for them fucking sacrifices, man. It's a lot of satanic shit going on. This is let's get a scripture real quick. This is Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Jerusalem is a people before a place. It says, and who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest? Don't nobody give a fuck about what's happening to us as a people. Not even our own people give a shit. And this shit is taking place right now. Let's continue.
Please do not scroll, as I'm about to share with you a very disgusting pattern. Jonah Lubrin, Orlando, Florida, found nearly naked and hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Denoris Richardson, Colbert County, Alabama, found hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Lennon Lacey, Bladenboro, North Carolina, found hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Robert Fuller and Malcolm Harsh, both found dead in the state of California, hanging from trees, and ruled a suicide. And now most recently, Earl Smith, Albany, New York, found hanging from a tree and ruled a suicide. Those 6 names that I just listed make up only a very small fraction of the amount of Black men, women, and children that have gone missing over the decade since the 50s out of all the methods of suicide, with the most common being a self-inflicting gun wound. You're telling me that it's only ever Black people that decide to take their own life using rope outside? I will never believe that. The victims' families will never believe that. The Black community will never believe that. And as the police continue to play in our face for years to come, as the most ignorant of people will continue to call us victims and say we're victims, I hope that this message gets out to the right people to recognize that this shit is real. Modern day lynchings are very real. They have no.
Yeah, like that. It's a feedback right there. What in the hell is that?
What?
I'm gonna do it again. Because I can see on the mic whenever somebody it'll turn green, whenever somebody is speaking or a sound is coming. But yeah, whenever a sound is coming through. See, whenever I speak, for some reason I can hear it on yours. I can see it on the volume thing.
No problem continuing to rule it a suicide when neither moral.
Yeah, like that, like that.
Okay, maybe what you're hearing is me. Listen, you're hearing yourself from my side, and that's what you're hearing. That's probably what the feed.
Oh, see, it's just as the brother said that he got cut off. That's Satan right there, man. For some reason, it's getting a real heavy feedback, loop feedback. But the brother be back up in just a minute. Let's continue.
People, these human beings, are being found hanging 10 feet off the fucking ground with zero news coverage. And let me be clear before I make the following statement. I do not wish this on anybody. That being said, let it be one white man or one white woman found hanging from a tree. That amount of attention and news coverage would surpass Gabby Petito. For this upcoming 4th of July weekend, people, everyone, please be safe. Keep in contact with your family members, your friends, your circles. Keep them updated with what you do throughout the weekend, because you never know what you might end up in. Frankly, again, you don't know what people are capable of. Be safe. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, buddy. It's open season. Found 10 feet hanging off the ground. But that was suicide. One of the girls partially naked, which you know she was most likely sexually assaulted. Just think about what was that movie out where the dude where Jake's daughter got messed up and they was raping her, them Edomites was raping her and hitting her with beer can. What movie was that called again? Markai. Markai. I think it was A Time to Kill. I'm not mistaken. I think it was A Time to Kill. Yeah. It was A Time to Kill.
Something happened. I think my browser kicked me out.
Yeah, that's why I think it's probably making that weird sound right before you kicked off too. That was weird.
I put some headphones on, so you may not hear. You may not hear it now.
Okay. Tuara. All right, so let's keep going. Once again, I'll read that again. Jeremiah 6:19. Or let's go up a little bit further. No. Jeremiah. Because right now, don't nobody care about what's going on with Jake, dog. We are literally dying in these massive numbers. Not even like super massive numbers, but the numbers and the toll is rising right now. And nothing is being said about it. You don't see any news coverage, but you'll see some news coverage on this right here. This is what you will see news coverage on, though. Now check this out, my
over the state, including several here in North Texas, hoping to hear good news about their missing loved ones.
And Fox 4's Peyton Yeager is in studio tonight with more. Peyton.
Hi, Heather. We know families of the Camp Mystic girls who are they're stationed at a nearby elementary school in Ingram, where the rescued girls will be dropped off. I've been in touch with some parents who are still waiting for any information on their missing children. Those missing girls haven't made any contact since early this morning. Hours of agony for panicked parents of children at the all-girls summer camp, Camp Mystic in Hunt, Texas, after catastrophic flooding along the Guadalupe River. Around 7 Friday evening, Texas game wardens announced they made entry into Camp Mystic with vehicles and were bringing campers out. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick announced just hours earlier the summer camp housed more than 750 girls, but around 24 campers were still unaccounted for. Among the missing, girls from North Texas. This includes Eloise Peck on the left and Lila Bonner on the right. Both are from Dallas. Also from Dallas, 8-year-old Hadley Hannah. Her father is on the ground in Kerr County. Also, Fort Worth Mayor Maddie Parker posted to X, "We have Fort Worth families impacted specifically by missing girls at Camp Mystic." As search and rescue efforts continued on Friday, desperate family members rushed to the flood zone. A Burleson family made the trip to Kerr County, hoping to find Joni and Robert Brake. The couple staying at an RV park off the river where cabins were washed away. But they haven't made contact with family since the early morning hours.
Debris floating in the river, so you never know what's floating. If it's a tree, we've seen RVs, we've seen refrigerators.
Elizabeth Copeland is from Prosper. Her family traveled to a Kerrville RV park to celebrate the 4th. It now looks like this. The Copelands are safe, holding their boys tighter tonight.
Trying to keep your kids calm in a very chaotic situation.
And back to the missing campers, I've been hearing from families from Houston, San Antonio, and also Beaumont who haven't heard from their children either. It's a very fluid situation. But for tonight, those parents, they are sitting and waiting at that elementary school in Kerr County. Heather.
Yeah. Oh, that's the news, boy. Fuck all of these. 24 hours, 20. How many Jake girls was that? Like 24 or 42 or something like that?
I think it was 24 girls.
And
Or
24
14.
hours. 14 and
No,
24 hours.
I thought it was 4 hours. I thought it said they were missing it after 4 hours.
It said 24.
Are you talking about the white girls?
I'm
Well,
talking about.
go back to that clip of the black girls.
34 girls have just up and vanished in Washington.
Okay, wait, 34. Yeah, 14 girls have gone missing in D.C. in the last 24 hours. This is just D.C. This ain't even just compared to what he's talking to right here.
Is he talking about D.C.?
And vanished.
Let's see.
34 girls.
But he talking about 34, and that was 14 of them. 14 of them was from DC.
Okay.
Have just up and vanished in Washington, D.C. You're not talking about it. The news is not talking about it. Why is anybody talking about it? Yesterday, 14 more went missing.
Oh my God.
But for some reason,
Okay, so they sent Amber Alerts, but nobody is. They're not that many. I don't think a lot of them would have gotten that. So probably only a few people in that area may have gotten some.
Yeah, if they did any of them, a lot of
And
people. That's what she was saying. She didn't get. She lived in the area and didn't get any Amber Alerts.
now, because of they live in the DC area, and it's only a few of them that may have received these areas, and they know, and that guy is talking about it. That means that the people, the residents, aren't talking about it. The parents, they're not talking about it. They're not speaking up. They're not making no videos. Why is that?
Oh,
Shouldn't they all?
that's the thing, though. See,
They
you
don't
know,
have access to cameras and videos or something?
no, they know how to suppress the algorithm. Just like our videos, how we used to be hidden a lot, and then we got into it with Esau, and they've been suppressing our algorithm ever since. If people are making private posts, they can easily suppress that shit in DC.
Well, how are we finding? How did you find this video then? This
Shit,
video wasn't as suppressed as what people would have thought. You ran into it.
once it hits TikTok, see, it took compared to when it happened, right? This shit is just now hitting mainstream, but it didn't happen.
But this happened this year, right? Currently, in the last 2 months.
Yeah, and see
Oh,
now look at this situation with the news with the little white girls. That shit
yeah,
was
24 hours after they went missing.
exactly that shit. This was in a few hours after they went at Camp Mystic, but
Then we
we
need
have.
them.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I was gonna say, we need them, the people that are in the area that are aware of these people missing, to spread more information about it. Speak up more about it. It was only two people. I don't know if that's only the only videos of it, but
No.
is there
They
only two
got it on
people?
TikTok now. You
I
know,
know, but is it only a video of two people acknowledging that they're missing, or is there more people?
that's all I'm using is 2 videos. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying? It's
so you're
just
saying
like
there's more. You're saying there's
last
more.
night. Last night, some motherfuckers got shot on the Blue Bridge. There was hundreds of people there. But I'm looking on Facebook. Only 1 or 2 people have the video posted. You see what I'm saying?
Somebody saw a video, but nobody was talking about it.
No, somebody recorded. Many people had their phones out recording it. But I'm going through Facebook today, and I only found
Nobody. Oh, so nobody posted it except one person,
only like a handful of people.
even though there was a lot of people that saw it
Exactly.
with cameras.
And that's not going. Now that information is not going. Nobody in DC is going to know about what happened on the Blue Bridge. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the same thing with the DC's information. Motherfuckers in Baltimore, motherfuckers over there in Chicago ain't gonna hear about that shit. But amongst their area, they're like, oh yeah, we're in
So
the
they probably saw it. Some people probably saw it, but they're not posting it.
exactly. And but the thing is if it was made national on the news, then it'll be a different vibration, because people go with the mainstream of things, but they keep it away from the mainstream because they don't want the main amount of people in the country associated to the information. Now, did I play this video already
Yeah.
with the Camp Mystic and old girls going off about it?
Yeah. Yeah. You were just talking about it.
Did I play it though? I already played it.
Oh, or did you play a black woman talking about it? No.
Yeah.
You
Remember?
played the news clipping. You played the news part about it.
Okay, I'm gonna play this then real quick. Once again, Jeremiah 5:15-5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Nobody. They don't give a fuck about you. You ain't learned. Even Michael Jackson told y'all ass.
Oh, I was thinking about that same song too. They don't really care about us.
Yep, that's it. Beat me, shoot me, you can never. Yeah, that motherfucker was getting into it. Hang me,
Man,
lynch me, niggas trying to grinch me.
everywhere you go, they don't care about us. No matter where you are always you.
Well, in America they don't, because goddamn it, you
There's
take your
other
ass over.
places too. Like when black people were going to Spain, like last 2 years ago, when they kept having problems in Spain or in Italy. Black people kept having just terrible service. People were attacking them because they thought they were the other blacks, like the Sunnis or something, because they sell drugs and they have prostitutes. So they were just saying we were the same as them. Do you see those videos about the black women going on trips, international trips, and they kept getting insulted by other races of people over there?
No, I've seen something like that, but not in Italy and stuff like that. Like you
Oh, so
said.
this woman was going on a trip with her friends, and everybody treated her friends better than they treated her, even though they were both from America, because they treated Americans like guests, but she was getting the worst treatment, and nobody wanted to serve her when she went to a restaurant. She got insulted a whole bunch of times. There was a different one where a black woman tried to date somebody out there, but they thought she was a whore, and she wasn't going out. She wasn't trying to do. She wasn't trying to operate that way, but it was because there were other women associated with being whores and prostitutes because they have immigrants over there that are black that look like us, but they're not American blacks, and that's how they've been operating over there. So any American blacks that were over there would be treated the same.
Guilty by
This
disassociation. Yeah.
association or just looking like them, looking like us, we was just treated badly over. So no matter where we go, there is some stigma to us. Even if it's about us or about people that look like us, we're treated badly no matter where we go.
But see, that's why you see the primary countries that you have the passport bros that's in the Philippines and Thailand, because we are viewed with more appreciation in those areas, until
Mm-hmm.
you start having the small amount, just like the Carnival Cruise situation and shit, where these niggas is going and fucking everything up and making us
Oh yeah,
all look bad.
they do. And then I don't understand how they're gonna be upset about them saying they don't want no rap music. I mean, you guys acting like you guys are going to a club or something, and then people get at clubs. There's always a fighting somewhere. Somebody's fighting. Somebody brings a weapon out of nowhere, ruins the whole thing, and then everybody's like, "Man, those black people, they're doing it again." And it's only a few of us. It's only a few of us doing it. But we get the bad rap for the whole. We get the bad rap for that small minority. Like when they say the whole 14% of us responsible for 50% of the crime, but
Yeah.
saying 14% is like saying the whole population is responsible for 50% of the crime. It's not the whole. It's not the whole percentage of 14%. It's a small minority of the 14% is responsible
Well,
for that
see,
fifty
that's
percent.
what happens though when you already have a preconceived stigma, or as the scripture call it, a byword put on you. You know,
Yeah.
because hey, a lot of the world is waking up and seeing that Esau is the devil. That son of perdition, and they starting to see Jake for who we really are. Because, like, let's say for instance, in certain parts of China, right?
Hmm.
Especially, they love basketball, and a lot of these basketball players,
Or
real
black.
dope. They go over there and they play for them, and they got statues of Jacob there. They treat Jake like some motherfucking kings, the ones that know how to act, you
Hmm.
know.
Ones that
And
can
so,
behave.
right,
Yep.
I seen it in Pakistan. Motherfucking Jake went to Pakistan. Them motherfuckers was looking at him like he was a goddamn god, dog. Treating him with
Mm.
respect. Wanted to shake this man's hand walking down the fucking street, giving him free food in the restaurant. Dog, they would see. You would have thought Will Smith was in this motherfucker, man. Denzel Washington. Just a Jake, dog.
Hmm.
What
I
y'all
got a
think?
quick scripture to bring out. This is Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not to the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. So, anywhere we go, we still gonna be pursued by the curses until Yahweh Shai return.
Uh,
It don't really matter where we are in this world and shit. We still gonna be pursued by the curses.
Gonna follow us like a stat. What does he
If
say?
you are a person,
Said he like a stench in his nose. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a smoke in his nose. You know, you can't escape that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can get a little bit of relief from it. By going to certain, like they had the passport bro countries and shit like that. But you stay there long enough and you'll witness some kind of some kind of discrimination against your Jake ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the curses
Mm-hmm.
following us and shit. We can't escape that shit. It's like hanging over us like a dark cloud and shit.
if you are a person of color living in a red state,
It's
you
over.
Mm-hmm.
are not safe at all. And you're not safe because the president of the United States can do to you whatever he wants. That's right. If you're a person of color in a red state, where the red state isn't going to do anything about what the president says, the president can sign an executive order now, today, saying, yeah, if you live in Texas and you're a person of color, you got to go to color areas only. That's where you got to go. You're allowed to go to color hotels. You're allowed to go to colored approved restaurants, colored approved hotels, and only colored approved places. Places for just white people, you're not allowed.
Is this
And
new?
there's nothing you can do about it.
Is this
Because
new?
you think you could go to a federal court and a judge and say, hey, this is this is wrong. Strike this down. No. Everybody of color in the entire state would have to file for it to cover everybody. Yeah, that's what the Supreme Court has done now. So I'm telling you, if you are a person of color in a red state, you are not safe. The president can do with you whatever he wants. So tell me, this president can do to you whatever he wants? How safe do you feel?
Is that a new? Was that a recent video?
Yeah.
Because they were saying that same thing after Trump won, or before he won. They was like, "Oh, black people, it's over. He's gonna round you guys all up and put you back in shanty towns."
Well, shit, they still
Right.
saying it,
He talking about
because go ahead.
he talking about if you live in a red state. It don't matter what state you live in. We
They could
still
do that
it's still
anywhere.
like
Democrats don't
yeah,
even care about what, like, our how our life. I mean, how our way of living is. Like, they're
right.
trying to replace us with immigrants and replace us with other non-black people, black people. It wouldn't matter how. Like, they've been trying to pretty much control how we live. Like, I just found out about the healthcare thing, about why healthcare isn't free like it is in other countries. It's because they don't want black people to get healthcare.
Oh well, yeah, that makes too much.
Mm-hmm.
That shit, hey, that's a no brainer
So
right
that's why there was so many problems with the healthcare, is because they don't want us to get it. So,
there. Yeah.
pretty much the reason why America is so bad is because they don't want us to have access to things. But it affects everybody else.
Well, that's why they taking the food stamps and the Section 8 and all the assistance from
They
Jake.
probably yeah, they probably don't want us to have. But the majority of people that are on those things aren't us. They're
Well,
white people. They're other people.
that's still discriminating too, because there's a good amount of those Edomites that ain't shit happening to.
There's more of them on those foods and EBT than there are us.
Yeah, I did a video a couple
We're
weeks.
okay. Yep.
The thing is though, it's like it's because that system was created for them. Now they got a couple derelicts, a couple of stragglers that have like a fat Edomite bitch. She was mad because she wasn't getting any more. Even though the children live with the father, her 5 children live with the father, but she was getting the stamps and she was getting all this money put on her fucking card, right? And
Yeah.
now she owes the government 35,000, and they cut off all her benefits and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got a handful of situations like that.
I
Uh,
saw this situation where this black mother was trying to convince her son not to get a job or work so he can't support himself and only rely on the government, so when he gets older and ages out of the system he can apply for Section 8.
that's exactly why these young men need fathers, dog,
Yep.
because
And
you do it. That's the game plan that works, especially for a so-called black woman in this
yeah,
society.
because you're relying on someone else. You're relying on a man. She wants that. She wants her son to be like her and rely on somebody else to take over, somebody else to take control or like protect her and stuff like that. You can't ask a black man to just expect the government to take care of him. Every time we expect other people to take care of us, nothing good will happen.
Exactly, and that's the thing. They sit back and they used to take the Jake men, especially those of a bigger physique or that were leaders, and they used to buck break them, tar and feather them, and pull them apart by two horses, and shit like that, and then leave nothing but the single mother to raise the child, and she installed that fear into him. That was in the Willie Lynch letters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's perpetuated to this day because that's some stupid ass shit to tell your son, and yet this is these what
It
they
just needs
call
to be
them
said very clear that for
these son husbands that a lot of these women are raising, man. You know,
It just needs to be said very clear that 4 black men hanging from trees in 1 week is not a coincidence. It's not an accident. It is not an incident. The fact that all 4 cases have said no foul play and then just close the cases, like at this point, all marginalized communities need to round the wagons. Like, do not go out alone. Do not go running alone. Do not go shopping alone. Like, some people are like, stop, just like, don't make conspiracy theories or stop, stop being alarmist, but the alarms already rang.
it's bad when another nation got to say some shit. Like some shit is bad when a whole another nation got to say some shit about what's happening to us, and then nobody give a fuck about us. They like damn. Like the motherfucker that pointed out chattel slavery and shit. Them damn French was like, man, them motherfucking Edomites in America be treating them like cattle.
Oh, Russia said the same thing. How can you expect tell other people how to lead and your blacks can't even coexist with you?
Right, right.
That's why they started trying to change their image and everything. So it's still there.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just not as visible. It's
Well,
like it's in the lines you got to look for.
they learn how to cover it up with a little bit of political makeup because
Hmm.
it's still there. It never left. It's just Esau, when he gets exposed, he tries to work on covering up the weaknesses and his and the different devices he has and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have a verse.
Go ahead.
This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
That's right. That's right. And they don't realize it. All of this shit is gonna catch up with these motherfuckers. Because all the wickedness that they doing, they don't even consider that latter end, like it say in Deuteronomy. He said, I know the strangeness of the heathen, but that they consider their latter end. Considering your latter end is knowing that he who taketh into captivity shall go into captivity. He who killeth with the sword must be killed by the sword. If Esau even that nigga don't even think that's not even an afterthought in their mind when they commit wickedness, man.
Oh yeah, when they treat people like they're not people,
Especially us.
yeah.
They
I
treat
mean,
us like we ain't people, mainly because they'll even let Ham come in here and have give him the little money to start up a business or some shit like that. Uh, uh, or these Chinese or Japanese or something or what have you, but you know
you,
they
you know, they assumed that if they didn't give us health care, that we would just eventually all die out and be extinct. And like a person that wrote a book about it, like saying if we don't give black people these things, they'll surely go extinct, and we don't have to worry about
like nigga, you didn't give it to us then at the post-war slavery. So how the fuck and we didn't and we prospered. So why the fuck
them.
would
Yeah.
you just not give us your stinking ass health care? We just start dropping dead. It's
If they
because
really wanted us
all these
gone, they would have like conspired against their governments and tried to send us back home because their government didn't want us to leave. Their government wanted us to start paying them too.
Well, scriptures say they captors set them not free. Something to that extent. They
Hmm.
captors let them not. They took us into captivity. They never let us go. Why? Because they know without us, the system ain't shit. They just now finding that out on some dumbass shit. That's why
Without
they
us, they
slowing
don't
down.
have status.
That was not just that is, they have these migrant workers. Fruits and vegetables are literally going rotten in the fields because they don't have anybody to pick them from the
Why don't
fucking.
they? Why don't they
Because
just hire people? They
because
can't hire nobody.
shit, they hire migrant workers. They was paying them $5 to $11 to work 8 hours, 7 days a week.
No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Exactly. What nigga? You ain't gonna have no niggas out there working and no got picking no grapes and strawberries. Like the brother said, you probably have to pay them niggas $20, $30 to do
Yeah,
shit like that.
because it's food. It's not. I mean, you're not working in a fast food restaurant. You're picking food for the people to eat.
Well,
You gotta pay more, and it's
it's not just that.
agriculture.
You see, it's the amount of time that it would take us to do it.
Yes,
Damn,
but also
wait. They have, how long it takes a migrant worker. Or if you give them, I think they said 1 hour. In 1 hour, they'll have like 50 pounds of strawberries each worker. Or whatever fruit that they're harvesting, whatever vegetable. That's how cold they are at harvesting it. They have it down to a science. Migrant workers have that shit down to a science. You cannot pay another motherfucker to come in and expect them to be able to specialize in a certain surgery that you need if they're qualified. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much you pay them. Hey, we gonna fly this motherfucker in from goddamn Sudan to come and take this tumor off of your brain, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Wait, who? He's not that good, but the motherfucker know how to do it because we get paid a lot. No, fuck that. You want some
no.
more?
You have to just teach them then.
No, you want some. See, all that take time and money. But migrant
Yes.
workers have been doing that since they do it with children on them, on their back sometime.
Yeah, they let them. They take their kids to work with them because they got no place for their kids to go, and they all
Wait,
also
wait,
live in the same area, the same
guess what
housing.
the children start doing too? They get out there
They
too, and
start working, so when they're working for free.
but they're a master at their craft by the time they're older. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody else doing that shit. I don't want no niggas picking my fruit. I don't want no Native Americans picking my fruit. I don't want no fucking devils picking my fruit. I want the ones that's been doing that motherfucker all these goddamn years. That's what I want. I want a motherfucker that specializes in that shit.
Then you gotta pay. You gotta pay what their services are worth, and you gotta change the
They was
laws to.
underpaid. They were
Yes, but they
underpaid.
gotta. If they really want to keep them, they'd have to change the laws or
So
actually pay to have them get
all they had to
citizenship
do,
here.
all they had to do was stop doing the ICE shit. This is not even a forethought in Esau's mind. He didn't even think about that. This motherfucker just went and started persecuting them, not realizing that they're essential workers for this country to even fucking stand up right.
Yes,
Now they're slowing down the policy.
But Trump's getting rid of them because they're illegals. He's
No,
not one of the people that's using them because they're helping his business.
no, no,
Those
no.
people are the
Now,
ones complaining
no,
because they're losing their workers.
now Trump, no, but it's essential. Like this is essential work. Every major farm, Hillshire farm, all use migrant workers. And
Yeah,
Trump,
but with those migrant workers gone, they can give those jobs to Americans, can't they?
who's gonna do it?
The people that need workers?
$5 to $11. Who you gonna find in America that's
They
gonna?
obviously made enough money they can afford to pay more workers better wages.
They're not. That's like saying, hey, let's keep making Pop Tarts with natural motherfucking ingredients. But no, I can make 3 million more putting high fructose corn syrup and red 40 in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? You are not gonna get the same quality of work if you pay somebody, even if you paid them above minimum wage to do the same job. Either way, you're still losing by 40%. Now,
So you're saying they have to keep them, but they can't just change the laws or they can't just pay to make them citizens? I know they can do that. They can just give them citizenship. They can just pay to do the paperwork, move their stuff in faster, and do that.
but they're gone already because they're
Yes,
look
they're gone already, but I'm
no,
asking, why didn't they just do that before?
because they're Edomites. They stupid. All they know how to do is blow some shit up, fuck some shit up. They didn't fuck their own shit up. And then when they get mad, this is what they do. They take the shit out on us. Damn. I don't know who's gonna get out here. And then I seen videos where they get mad at so-called black people for not getting their asses out there and picking their fruit and they fucking and they vegetables and shit. They get
So
mad at Jake because Jake is not getting out there and taking these low-paying jobs like Issachar did, like the Latinos did. They getting pissed the fuck off at niggas because they won't get out there and do what the Latinos is doing for not minimum to nothing.
eight
And wait,
dollars, probably $8 or $6.
they were paying from $5 to $11 for Latinos. A nigga ain't doing shit unless it's above 15. 15.
Because I can't support a family. If your whole family's working that single job, yeah, that's probably enough added together. But one person for themselves, for their like even doing that for like one person, and you live alone, you couldn't survive off no $5 a week. I mean, I don't even know if they're get paying $5 a week, but $5 an hour, you couldn't afford rent that way.
They took that money and they sent it right back to Mexico. They do it all the time. I seen it.
Yeah, they do.
Bro,
Yeah, they take other immigrants do that stuff too. They send money back to their people to help them out because the dollar's worth a little bit more back there at home. But
right?
there's more of them here that they can support each other, even if they're sending most of their money home. That
Yeah,
their cousins or their brothers or sisters that are working still have enough to support the rest of them that are there total.
exactly. And then they work together and they end up getting a family business or something. You see what I'm saying? Everybody
Yeah,
knows how to
they
do
do
that.
that. They make a family business after working harder with their
But
people,
everybody
though.
know how to do that but Judah right now, right? Judah
Oh
got it
yeah.
bad. They can do all of these other great things, but their unity has been
Yeah,
stripped.
they can't work together.
So
Mexicans even said when they get into jail or prison, blacks don't greet each other. They don't work together. They don't trust each other. When
nope.
Mexicans go to prison or jail, the first thing they say is they send somebody in to welcome, say, "Hey, how you doing, bro? We're gonna make sure you all right over here."
Yeah, yeah. For a
You know?
price, of course, but yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and finish.
Like the alarm's rung. That is past tense. We are all in it now. From ICE raids to police brutality to legislation, birthright citizenship is now just been blown up. This is the reality. So instead of tensing up, take a
He's a zesty one.
deep breath, relax your jaw, let your eyes feel clear, let your brain relax your forehead, and look clearly at what you're doing for your community. What is your community? How do you build it if you don't have it? Because this is unspeakable, but it's going to be spoken again and again and again. It's unspeakable, but this is the language that is now being communicated. And we are 6 months in, so do what you need to do to keep each other safe.
Hey, but you don't hear that. You don't hear a lot of Jake saying that to each other. That's one of the things. It's sad another nation got to come out and say it because a lot of Jakes are just entertained. Check this out. Let's keep going. Catch up real quick.
From 34 bodies washed up ashore all the way to 61 bodies washed up ashore with their hands and feet shackled. Y'all cannot tell me that this is not genocide against Hispanic people. What's going on in America right now in front of our eyes, for us not to be furious and outraged about this, I don't understand half of the people that stay in America that can be so heartless and not care about other human lives. Do y'all realize that this go on to the Hispanics? It can happen to us too, man. And I'm going to keep dropping these videos and I'm going to keep supporting Mexico because I'm going to keep calling the devil out on his evil actions. Real talk, man. This is a must that we unite and we stand up to ICE. It's me sick to my stomach. Do you not realize that these are mothers, father, children? Until the whole world know that they are driving people out of cargo planes into the middle of the ocean to be devoured by sharks. And the ones that make it to shore, they're not making it alive, man. From 30.
This is Trump don't give a flying purple blue, LGBT, green, fuck about no body that's below that 1% range of riches and wealth. This is Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians today is America's spiritual Sodom and Egypt. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts. Okay? So right now, that cruel Lord is Donald Trump, aka Nero. And what he's doing is he's ruling that he's building up to make that rule with an iron fist. And no, I ain't talking about Danny Rand. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking iron fist, honky fist. I'm talking about what's going on, in this political game. And it's a trickle down effect because all you're going to start seeing more and more of is the amount of civil unrest and oppression that's building up. Let's continue.
I want to be very clear that I have no reason to directly connect these two stories. These are two unrelated stories. The reason I'm sharing this, however, is because we are living in a time when we cannot afford to be naive. We are living in a time when we need to pay attention. And changes have been made to our government that cause it to not be doing its job. Firing of inspectors general. Purging the highest ranks of our military officers. Preventing members of Congress from performing their oversight duties. So what you have here is you have one story that migrants in the United States have been routinely shackled at the waist, wrists, ankles, and loaded onto cargo planes. Not just cargo planes, but cargo planes with the rear doors that can open mid-flight. Completely separate story. 5 corpses with their hands and feet bound have been found floating in the sea off the coast of Majorca. And since January, 31 bodies have been recovered there. Again, no reason to have these two stories directly connected, but we cannot be so naive as to think that things don't happen. I very much would like to know how it is that people are ending up floating up on beaches in the Mediterranean, shackled. This article here suggests that they're believed to be migrants who are attempting to travel the dangerous route from Algeria to Spain by what migrants travel in shackles? That's something I very much do not understand. What do you mean that they're believed to be migrants who are attempting to travel the dangerous route from Algeria to Spain by boat? So this is one story. This is another. The other part of not being naive that I want to pay attention to. So you have to ask yourself, and I know there are a bunch of people out there who are ready to jump in and say, oh, no, it's more efficient to transport people by cargo planes. No, it's not. No, it's more economical and more efficient to use passenger planes for people, for passengers. You can get more people on the planes. They are more cost effective. Cargo planes are not cost effective. So
no, man, they use more fuel.
Forget about that argument. So then why do you do it? Well, maybe they're doing it to create fear, to create a sense of terror. All right. Another concern is maybe they're doing it to condition, both to condition people who get loaded onto planes to think this is normal, this is just how we do it, don't worry about this, and to condition those of us who are watching. So that when you've got somebody like me who raises concerns, I'm made to look foolish. Hey, why are you worrying about that? There's nothing really going on here. It's just the way we do things. It's conditioning us to think it's okay until such time as it's not okay and it's being used for more nefarious purposes. And of course, then we've got our potential worst case scenarios of why this is being done. We cannot afford to be naive.
And point being, you know it's really fucked up when you have Esau and other nations reporting on the shit that's happening to us. Couple more, we're gonna hit it with scripture.
Listen, man, all my truckers, man, I need y'all to be safe out there. There's been a lot of black men that have their CDLs and that are on the road have been missing a lot lately. So all I'm saying is, man, you guys drive safe, be aware of your surroundings, bro. If you are able to bring something to protect yourself, I advise you to do that. There's been truck drivers all across the United States disappearing, going to truck stops in the middle of nowhere. If you are, try to stay in a lit up area, don't just pull off to some random ass side of the road. Just be aware of your surroundings, guys. And yeah, man, y'all stay safe, man. There's a lot of black truck drivers that's ending up missing in the United States. So I need y'all to be careful out there, man. It's a cruel, cruel world out there, man. They out to get us.
Yeah, they out here getting us. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Israel being the 10 tribes, natives and the Latinos, and then you have the other 3 tribes of Judah, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay. It says, let me read that again, Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All of this shit is what oppression feel like. So we got to send personal messages and shit like this. We can't even see it on the news. That's oppression, man. But we keep seeing all of this shit about these little Edomite girls and all of this other shit. This is what oppression feels like. And all that looked them and all that took them captives held them fast and refused to let them go. They didn't let us go. We still in our captivity. We're just not in hardcore bondage. So we are still property of this devil. And the scriptures say he beareth not the sword in vain. Motherfucker been swinging and using it on you in secret lately, man. I don't know what the hell this is. I forgot.
I've got questions. I'd like to know why we are seeing these examples of ICE detainees being loaded specifically on cargo planes that have the kind of ramps that can be opened during flight. Research the Dirty War, Argentina. This plane looks a lot like the kinds of planes that were used then. Just saying, it doesn't seem to make sense that you wouldn't use passenger planes to transport passengers. They are made to be highly efficient to do that. Why do you need to use a cargo plane, and specifically why a cargo plane that has a rear ramp that can be opened in mid-flight?
That's military.
And why is it necessary when you are transporting nonviolent ICE detainees to have them shackled? Maybe there are good explanations for all this. If you know them, please share.
Hey, I'll say this much. You know it's bad when Esau got to get on the situation, dog, about us. That's bad, dog. I mean, Jake is doing bad. They loading us into these cargo planes, and nobody else would really put that together. These are military which they usually use a lot of these cargo planes for in the military, is to drop supplies over an area in mid-flight, or to get the fuck that you jump out of at high elevation, airborne troops, parachute the fuck down, uh, halo jumps and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers is literally getting up high and just pushing them out of the fucking plane, dog.
Hmm.
Hey, no one asks how thou goest, dog. Period. Nobody do. Don't nobody give a fuck about you, and you don't even give a fuck about each other. That's a real That's the real fucked up part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is Ezekiel 21 and 5. That all flesh may know that I, the Lord, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath. It shall not return any more. Sigh, therefore, thou son of man, with the breaking of thy loins, and with bitterness sigh before their eyes. And it shall be, when they say unto thee, wherefore sighest thou? That thou shalt answer, for the tidings, because it cometh, and every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, and every spirit shall be faint, and all knees shall be weak as water. Behold, it cometh, and shall be brought to pass, saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is look. This is the time we in. The cruel Lord. That's some cruel shit. Like goddamn, I had never like they flying them up high in the air and just throwing them out the fucking plane.
And then they're hitting the water and dying.
Fuck. It says again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh. Say a sword is sharpened, and it is also furbished. So when you furbish a sword, you making it shine and glisten. Sharpened, and that motherfucker is shiny, ready. It says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. Look, shall we then continue to make mirth? So a nigga still get out here and be chucking and jiving, even though you are in the fucking midst of this devil's fucking red clutches, as he continues to apply the pressure onto you, and you got you coming up missing, and you still don't get it. Your goofy ass still ain't awake. It says, this is in the NLT, it is sharpened for a terrible slaughter and polished to flash like lightning. God damn. You know, in the movies, they get to cut the nigga, look like a lightsaber hit their ass, and then they arm fall off and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It is sharpened for terrible slaughter and polished to flash like lightning. Now, will you laugh? You niggas is always somewhere laughing and chucking and clowning and shit, man. Doing pranks and all this goofy shit. Dancing in the streets. I was just talking to the brothers about these niggas dancing in these Japanese subways like they do in New York. And them motherfuckers is extremely uncomfortable and they don't like that shit. And they outlawed it and they put a sign of a breakdancing nigga on the train and on things. And it's a nigga in the sign. It's a color sign with
Yep,
dreadlocks standing on
because
his head.
you're invading people's space and
Yeah,
you're killing their mood of quiet. When
right.
people get on the train or the bus, they're not always being so loud and
That
rambunctious
taking
and
advantage.
talking to people, you
Right.
know? because you want to
no,
be,
rarely. I
yeah.
be riding and motherfucker just be looking out the window or looking at their phone, and then a nigga here he come, up, up, bop, all this bullshit, flipping and nigga. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay my rent right now. Here your ass come, nigga. This nigga, we are the doorstep of the market of beast coming out World War III, and here this nigga come like a fucking clown. You might as well dress up like a clown, nigga. That shit is so embarrassing when our people just go somewhere and embarrass the fuck out of us in so many different ways and shit.
Yep, then they think that's all of us.
Exactly. I can't
Because
even.
you are representing more than yourself when you go out. They teach you this in school. You represent your school, your class, your grade, your family, your race, and the country you come from.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Continuing on, it says, "Now will you laugh? Those Ezekiel 2 and that's still in 10. Those far stronger than you have fallen beneath its power. Yes, the sword is now being sharpened and polished. It is being prepared for the executioner." This is in the NLT. "Son of man, cry out and wail. Pound your thighs in anguish, for the sword will slaughter my people and their leaders." This is what we doing. We pounding our thighs in anguish because of this shit that's about to take place, and y'all niggas is just partying and having a good time. I'm gonna have to show this stupid ass clip real quick now that I said it. Not like I heard a dog growling. Not
Mm.
like a little dog was growling, didn't it?
Sound like an airplane to me.
Like a goddamn motorboat or some like shit. Where is that? Shit. Oh, I know where it's at. Stupid shit. It's so dumb that I have to show it because this is Jake's mind state right here. Let me go down the line real quick. Don't mind those pictures and shit. Matter of fact, here we go right here. Let me show that one more.
They need to send him in first.
Damn, I about to say that motherfucker slow. That shit went in slow motion to show you this flamboyant ass nigga, man.
Yeah, they need to send him in first. Send that man first on the front line.
Damn, this zesty ass nigga, man. This is what Jake is doing. This is right here. World War III starts in 2 days. Just imagine. All right, the mark of the beast gonna come out, and this is what Jake is doing that stupid ass boots on the ground dance. The Most High is fucking angry, man. This talking about he got this furbished sword just to cut your goofy asses up. Most High finna take that sword, chop all these niggas up, man. Oh, so God gonna come down with a sword? No, you gonna see a lot of death. All these motherfuckers are dead, and they don't even know it. They dancing to their destruction.
Hmm.
It says one more time. Ezekiel 21 and 13. "Son of man, cry out and wail. Pound your thighs in anguish, for the sword will slaughter my people and their leaders. Everyone will die." You see this nigga leading these motherfucking other dumbass niggas into destruction. Dancing your way into the flames of goddamn Gehenna, nigga. It says I will put them,
Kahina.
I will and Gehenna is a place outside the city. You know, back in the ancient world in Jerusalem or in Israel, outside of the city, we used to burn our trash and you know, like refuse.
Oh, some people used to burn it like in their own yard.
No, we didn't do that in the city. I mean, we didn't do that in the ancient world. That's here.
Oh, I know. I was talking about here.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, everybody there was a place. He threw all of that shit, and we didn't have no fucking landfill. We got rid of all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It says, "Son of man, cry out and wail." Oh, Slacky. It says, 13. It says, "It will put them all to the test. What chance do they have?" Says the sovereign Yahweh. Son of man, prophesy to them and clap your hands. Then take the sword and brandish it twice, even 3 times, to symbolize the great massacre facing them on every side. God damn. Sometimes the NLT be cutting, dog. Motherfucker NLT ain't no joke, boy.
No, yeah, their words seem to hit harder.
Yeah, because it's in, you know, it's in more, translated more into the layman's terms now instead of Old English. It says, "Let their hearts melt with terror, for the sword glitters at every gate. It flashes like lightning and is polished for slaughter." Them nukes is coming, dog. That flash you gonna see is that thermonuclear flash. That flash you gonna see is them lightning strikes and them lasers coming from them chariots, man. It says, "O sword, slash to the right, then slash to the left." You see these niggas dancing? This how gonna be cutting their asses up while they dancing and shit. You see how they dancing all in line and shit. How they going left and right and all of that shit. Look at that nigga. He that
Yeah.
motherfucker. Most I gonna destroy that nigga, man. It says, "O sword, slash to the right and slash to the left whenever you will, whenever you want." Damn. Laser beams. Niggas just falling in the dust and the pieces and shit. I said the NLT hit hard, bro. That was cold. But this is what's about to happen. This massacre is coming, and you already starting to see people drop off, come up missing. All right, but their heart is gonna melt with terror, like the word said. This shit is finna happen, dog. It's already happening. Whether you hear or whether you forbear. You got any scriptures? You got any scriptures, Aki?
Yeah, I have one. This is Romans 11. Start at 1. I say then, hath I say then hath Yahweh I say then hath Yahweh cast away his people. Yahweh forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
So though we are doing just the most ridiculous things and we are suffering from our actions, he's punishing us by using our enemies to punish us. He has not thrown us away.
Right.
We are
Yep.
still his people.
That's right. That's right. We still his chosen people. It's just 2/3 of our people gonna have to fucking,
They're gonna have to learn the hard way.
yeah, they're gonna have to be destroyed on this side, man.
I have another verse. This is Romans 9:31. But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, have not attained the law of righteousness.
Read that one more time, please.
But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, have not attained the law of righteousness.
Right. Because hey, right now this is we are righteous because we're doing righteous acts, right? But it doesn't mean that tomorrow you can be unrighteous and do some unrighteous shit. Like, hey, people fall out this thing every day, right?
Hmm.
Law of righteousness, you know, when we get into the kingdom, you know, we're gonna be perfect, man.
It's going to be automatic.
Yeah, we're
Going
gonna
to
be
be near impossible.
right
Impossible.
to sin for Jake to sin.
But he's going to know. He's like, no, man, that's sin.
He's
Every
stupid.
time you bring in a conversation, hey, man, you want to go to? Like, no, that's sin, man. He's like, y'all, you right.
Hey, he ain't even gonna come to his mind to do no crazy shit. He ain't even gonna
Right. We ain't gonna sin in the kingdom at all.
no, because these niggas, man, right now, you know, they don't hesitate to do that because they in these filthy vessels, man. These chains of darkness. These bodies was conceived in the sin. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we in these bodies, we're gonna be fucked up, but we're gonna be perfect, man. In them new bodies, we're gonna be perfect, dog. And the niggas thinking that we already in the second covenant. I hate that shit.
How can they say that and Yahweh hasn't even come back yet?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are we gonna? Because
Well, there's no peace. People are still fighting.
no, you know what they so dumb. They think that the second covenant mean the New Testament and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We in the
This is
second half, brother.
Let me read this one scripture. This is Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Mm.
So yeah, hey, yes, the Heavenly Father does use the wicked, the other nations, especially the wicked Esau, as his sword to punish you, Jakes, man.
That's right.
So,
Hey, that was a good way to end it right there. That's right. Hey, the Heavenly Father is using them. Don't think it's just the white man, this and that. He's just the unfortunate vessel that the Most High
He's the
to
he's the
bring
instrument.
right
yeah.
to bring His wrath upon the apple of His eye, because unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna end well for anybody that does that type of shit. Even if the Most High made you do it, He gonna fuck you up for that later. And Esau's gonna, hey, that's why they gotta go into captivity, man. You know, and then be destroyed after 1,000 years because you fucked Jake up. You fucked up the apple. Even Hitler said that, man. Even Adolf motherfucker.
Everyone around the world has commented on our treatment over here and said, "Man, what
Yeah,
is wrong with you guys?"
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has. Like, god damn, I know they niggas, but damn. I mean, fuck, man, what's wrong? Like, hey, look, y'all bold, nigga, cause they know who we are. Whether they want to admit that shit on the grand scale or not, the elites of their society know who we are.
And they fear what we can do when we get in their position, so they
Let
try to keep
alone
us
doing it
low.
together. They fear us becoming one nation. And the only way that we're gonna become one people again is if we go through these high ass extremes. If we're oppressed together, even though we're oppressed together, like I said, Judah and Israel are oppressed together. Their captors let them not go. You know,
Hmm.
like that's gonna push us together. That's gonna mold us together. That's the very thing that's gonna bind us. You know what I'm saying? So that remember it said break their bonds asunder. They've been breaking that bind, that connection that we have. They've been breaking that shit for so fucking long that Jake don't know how to function with each other. To the point that they don't even recognize that we are the same race. We're really Israel is one race. Israelite is really one race of people with 12 different tribes within it. We got the similar DNA. We just broken down into 12 tribes. We got variety. The Lord is all about variety, man. All right, but nonetheless, Most High is not playing, and He's giving Esau fair game. Take niggas like this and shoot their ass out of a cannon into the sun. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna destroy 2/3 of our people, and it's already begun. And it's only gonna get worse from here on out. Get your household in order. Uh, repent, for the day is at hand. All right. So with that, we pray you will edify. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
How about Shah
Yo,
Bashir?
también.
All right. Till the next time, stay circumspect, get your household in order. And we see you on the next one. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.